This man right here that you see on the thumbnail is the walking embodiment of a pork chop preacher and a pulpit pimp. And I talk about these kinds of individuals on many videos. You know, the false prophets, the wolf in sheep's clothing, right? A man who will weaponize Bible verses in order to guilt trip you into giving him money. Now, the individual that you see on the thumbnail goes by the name of Bishop Lamore Whitehead. What's up, Alex Heron? This man goes by the name of Bishop Lamore Whitehead. He became viral a couple years ago when a video went on social media depicting him giving his Sunday sermon, and he was being robbed at gunpoint by two assailants. Now, something wasn't right about this robbery or whatever, because you had a man in the background just sitting there while everybody getting on the ground. He just sat there and watched the whole thing go down. So there was something about this quote unquote robbery that didn't sit right with me at the time. But anyway, that's how he went mega viral. That's how a guy like this came into our existence. So why are we talking about Lamore Whitehead? Why are we talking about Pastor Bling Bling? Right? Pastor Bling Bling, you know, known for his flashy lifestyle, was convicted on wire fraud and attempted extortion. That's right. Now, another thing that Bishop Lamore Whitehead liked to parade around is that he is good friends with New York Mayor Eric Adams. So, the 47-year-old was found guilty on 5 counts after a trial in federal court in Manhattan that began late last month. Prosecutors have argued that the preacher exaggerated his ties to Mayor Eric Adams and let greed overtake him as he looted a parishioner's retirement savings and tried to extort a businessman to fuel his lavish lifestyle. We're going to get to the details of that in a minute, so just keep that in mind. He was also accused of lying to FBI agents by denying he had a second cell phone. Whitehead abused the trust placed in him by a parishioner, tried to obtain a fraudulent loan using fake bank records, bullied a businessman for $5,000, tried to defraud him out of far more than that, and lied to federal agents. you, boy, boy, you doing the most, isn't it? You're doing the utmost to keep up that lavish lifestyle, isn't it? In an Instagram story he posted on Tuesday, Whitehead said that the FBI asked him to be a rat against New York City Mayor Eric Adams. And the FBI said they would make his life a living hell. He did not elaborate on what the FBI allegedly wanted him to tell about the mayor. Adams grew close to Whitehead while serving as Brooklyn borough's president. Adams, a former police officer, has since said he spent decades enforcing the law and expects everyone to follow it. Mm-mm-mm. The preacher embraced his flashy lifestyle. He must. Can y'all hear me? Okay, now we're back. We're back. Okay. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but how you gonna sit up there and use your parishioners as a pawn for your lifestyle? See, this is the type of people I'm talking about. He'll sit up here and preach one thing and he'll live another. He'll sit up here and tell you that, oh yeah, you gotta, if you do this, that, and the third, you'll be prosperous, and the only person that's prospering is him. Meanwhile, you struggling to pay your rent, your car note, your car insurance, and all that. And this motherfucker taking your money and he's out there doing the most with it. This woman that he built $90,000 out of was working as a nurse. He promised to use the money to buy a fixer-upper home that he would renovate for her to live in. And she believed this man, a man who's supposed to be a walking embodiment in Christ, because that's what he is teaching and that's what he's living by day after day after day. Instead, this is the walking embodiment of a wolf in sheep's clothing. Bible talks about that, right? You want to pick and choose Bible verses and all that? Well, two can play that game, you slimy motherfucker. The Bible also talks about beware a wolf in sheep's clothing. This man took that money and spent it on himself. You talk about politicians out there being self-serving professional bullshit artists. Well, these pork chop preachers and pulpits ain't no different either. That's right. You can sit up there and cry, cry them tears that's on the thumbnail, Whitehead, because you about to get some D up in your A when you up there and sing. That's right. You about to get fucked. I mean, you already getting fucked with the long dick of the law, but you about to get fucked with a literal long dick when you up there in cell block 80. That's right. They coming for that ass. They coming for that prime booty. You ain't never getting out. That's right. What's up, Marco? Hey, salute to you, bro. Let's talk about the second scheme in more detail, right? Because we landed on thick. Hey, where you get them pink glasses from, huh? Where you find that from? That shit look like it came straight out of a bubblegum machine. But anyway, in the second scheme, Greenwood alleged Whitehead drew up fake bank statements to get a $250,000 loan, purportedly to show he had millions in an account that had less than get that, bust this shit, y'all. Hey, okay. He alleged that Whitehead drew up fake bank statements to get a $250,000 loan, purporting to show that he had millions in a company account that had less than $6. Oh, Lord have mercy. And the third scheme. Greenwood alleged saw the headline grabbing pastor threaten the owner of an auto body shop in the Bronx, Brandon Belmonte, attempted to extort for $5,000 after a repair job. So what are you gonna do? You was gonna run in there like P. Diddy and slap and you're gonna do how P. Diddy did to Steve Stout? You're gonna pull out a bottle from under the drawer or some shit and beat him over the head with it, huh? And then on the interview, it's like, well, I had an anger issue, and I can't really speak on what I did, but I said I was very, very sorry for what I did. That's what you're gonna do, Mr. Pastor Bling Bling, huh? Yeah, Carla, you're exactly right. Don't pass go, don't collect $200, go straight to jail. So you think you some mafia mob boss, huh? You think you just big old Frank Lucas, Childish Gambino? You think you the Nino Brown of the fucking hood? Really, bro? I'm gonna repeat that again. The third scheme saw the headline-grabbing pastor threaten the owner of an auto body shop in the Bronx, Brandon Belmonte, attempting to extort him for $5,000 after a repair job. The prosecutor said he further lied to Belmonte to attempt to get his name on a $500,000 real estate deal, promising favors from Mayor Eric Adams in exchange that can make them both millions. It was all lies. Although the mayor was a friend and a mentor to the defendant had never gotten official favors from the mayor. The defendant had made up other stuff to try to get even more money he wasn't entitled to. You are going to prison, son. You're going to prison. And them dudes out there that them dudes out there who ain't never getting out, and they're gonna look at you as Pastor Bling Bling. Yeah, they're gonna put their dick in your pretty little mouth. That's what they gonna say. They're gonna put their dick in your mouth, and then you could be rocking the bike on Sunday at 6 p.m. Hey man, you ain't never get. You fucked up, buddy. You fucked up. You fucked up. Okay. Now look, you supposed to be a man of God, right? Hey, Jesus don't smile upon that. Jesus don't smile upon that. Oh, and let's not forget, that title I put up on the thumbnail, that's not by accident. That's not by accident. He did 5 years already in Sing Sing. He already did 5 years in Sing Sing. So maybe I should retitle the video Pastor Bling Bling about to be going back to Sing Sing. Because he ain't never getting out. So when you was doing time in Sing Sing before, you didn't realize that, committing fraud was wrong? You didn't realize that stealing from people was wrong? How can you sit up there and steal money from? This woman worked hard to save her money, and all you saw was green, you greedy motherfucker. Just disgusting. Got another thing. A sealed document. I'm going to read. There's a 9-page document from the sealed indictment from this lying, grifting, self-serving con artist. The charges in the indictment arise from a course of conduct in which Lamore Whitehead, the defendant, sought money and other things of value from victims on the basis of either threats or false promises that the victims' investments in which Whitehead would benefit the victims financially. In fact, Whitehead, who leads a church in Brooklyn, New York, intended to and did defraud victims by taking their money and other property with no intention on investing it, turning it, or enriching the victims. From at least In or about April 2020, up until including in or about July 2021, Whitehead, the defendant, elicited approximately 90 grand from an individual who attended his church through a series of cell phone and internet communications with the victim and her son. Under the terms of the agreement, Whitehead would use the money to assist victim one in obtaining a home, and after doing so, he would otherwise be able to use the money as an investment in his real estate business. However, shortly after victim one transferred Whitehead the money from her retirement savings, he instead used the money to purchase thousands of dollars of luxury goods and clothing, and he continued to use the money for his own purposes. He never obtained a home for the victim and has not returned the money despite her request for him to do so. In or about April or May 2022, Whitehead, the defendant, attempted to convince a businessman to lend him $500,000 and give him a stake in certain real estate transactions. He told victim two that in exchange for this money and interest in real estate transactions, Whitehead would obtain favorable action by the New York City mayor that would enrich both Whitehead and victim two. When Whitehead knew that he had no ability to obtain such actions. Despite this, he told victims that they would make millions. Near the beginning of the relationship with victim two, he also used threats of force to obtain $5 grand from a business owner owned by number two. At the direction of law enforcement, victim two made the payment to Whitehead. During the course of the investigation into the conduct of Whitehead, the defendant, special agents of the FBI, executed a search warrant for the cell phones on the person of Whitehead. Whitehead told agents that he only used the cell phone which was then on his person. So basically, he told the cops that he didn't have another cell phone. When Whitehead knew, in fact, that he owned a second cell phone, which he regularly used before and after the execution of the warrant, including to send a text message in which Whitehead identified as phone 2 as my other phone, shortly after telling the agents he had no other phones. The grand jury charges the allegations contained in paragraphs 1 through 5 are hereby repeated, alleged, and incorporated by reference as if fully set forth herein. From at least April 2020 and up until including in or about June 2021 in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, that's where Letitia James is at. Lamar Whitehead, the defendant, having devised and intending to devise a scheme and artifice to defraud and or obtaining money and property by means of false and fraudulent pretenses, representations, and promises, transmitted and caused to be transmitted by victims of or by means of wire, radio, and television communications, and interstate and foreign commerce, writing, signs, signals, pictures, and sounds for the purposes of executing such schemes and artifices, to where Whitehead made material representations to the victims and her son to obtain money, and as a reported real estate investment, which he received in part through use of an interstate wire. This is where the wire fraud comes in which he intended to use the investment in whole for his personal purposes. You need to burn in prison for this shit. Your ass don't never need to get out. So how'd you get the title of a reverend anyway? Huh? Did he got something in prison? Is there something in prison to where anybody can just, jump out their prison cell and they can be an ordained minister, right? So when you find God, huh? I just want to know, when did you find God? When did you find him? Because you can't possibly be the so-called man of God when you're doing ungodly things. Because I'm pretty sure there's something in the Bible that says, thou shalt not steal. And all you do is put your grungy fingers on some money so that way you can keep up buying them Lambos and all this other stuff. so you keep a fresh cut, so you keep a fresh suit. You used to be running around here fresh to death on other people's dimes. This is why people don't hardly go to church anymore, because they see it as a hustle. You have a lot of people out there that don't go to church anymore because of people like Lamar Whitehead, because they don't see it as a way for you to get your life right and to get the necessary help needed, because the church will be a place of worship. It's supposed to be a place of comfort. It's supposed to be a place where people can come together and fellowship with each other and be able to help each other. But instead, the church nowadays has become nothing more than a place for a come up for the not for the parishioners, but for the preacher. Meanwhile, these neighborhoods that's out here, is filled with crime, is filled with poverty. The preacher don't even live in the same goddamn area as all that stuff going on. He's in the other side of town where it's a gated community. It's clean. It's prosperous. It's flourished. And the only time you see this guy is on Sunday morning, or in the rare case during the week, a revival, or maybe a Bible study. That's the only time you see the preacher. Have you seen the preacher legitimately go out there in the neighborhood and hand out books, hand out book bags, hand out food, maybe, serve something at the Y, or open up the doors to his church the way the community can come in? No, you don't see that. But what you do see him in, he's in the flyest clothes, right? Right? You got motherfuckers like Creflo Dollar running his mouth, talk about, oh, if God said I could have a $65 million plane, I can have a $65 million plane. You can't stop me from dreaming. And then you got Kenneth Copeland, that funky ass white supremacist. He'll sit up there and talk about his prayer jet, or his G5 plane, or G6 or whatever, is some prayer jet, but he's taking his prayer jet to go hunt 8-point deal with it. Make that make sense. And he's doing that on your dime. You never be the same again. You will never, ever be the same. Oh, shabalalaba shaba shaba. Hallelujah. Yeah, that's the kind of shit they be out here saying. But don't worry, Whitehead, because you look like you got an interracial flair about you, but you about to be taking some of that white cock in prison. That's right. You about to get fucked. Literally and figuratively. You ain't never getting out. And it goes back to the point that somebody made in the comment section. Watch who you give your money to. Watch who you give your money to. Watch who you throw your support behind. Because some people will call themselves doing the right things for the wrong reasons. Some people will do the right things for the wrong reasons. And it's a shame. But then again, this self-serving professional bullshit artist don't got no shame. I talked to my friend earlier today about Joel Osteen, right? As David Joseph put it in the comment section. I talked about Joel Osteen and what happened with Hurricane Harvey. Hurricane Harvey came, ran roughshod throughout Houston. Joel Osteen didn't want to open the doors of his church. It was only after he got called out by people like T.I. and people in the media, then all of a sudden, the doors of the church are wide open. Then tries to clean it up by talking about all these logistics they had to do and all this other stuff. But no, you already been exposed. You never had any intention to open the doors of that church. It was only after public pressure that you decided to, do your little godly thing. But you was a fucking crook. Only difference is you ain't got caught yet. Yeah, what happened to that $60,000 that was found behind the toilet? What was that all about? We ain't forget. But I'll talk about Joel. I'll crack on Joel Osteen in another video. We going back to this self-serving professional bullshit artist right here, right? I remember one time I went to a church, and at the church, you walk in, nobody say anything to you, right? Nobody says shit to you until you get some deacon who has to be like 64 years old with fucking Effrident and super poly grip in his mouth and a receding hairline, suffering from shingles, and he'll sit up there and tell you, hey, how about you go up there and tell somebody, hey, how you doing? Hey, greet somebody on this very fun Sunday. And then all of a sudden, everybody and their daddy, like a bunch of sheep, they'll get up there and they'll be all up in your face with their stink breath and their stink pussy and their thick ass hair, BBLs and all that. Hey, how you doing? Hey, good to see you today. No, if you don't talk to me when I first walk in, don't talk to me now. Okay? That I told every last one of them motherfuckers that shit, and nobody bothered me since. Yeah, you don't want to pass the collection plate. Yeah, we seen those people that put in $10 in the collection plate and take out 50. Y'all ain't slick. Oh, I gotta pay my light bill. My light bill to get cut off. So you put in 10 and take out 50. Then you got this guy. Every week he got a brand new suit. Whether it be the suit that's, he gets tailor-made at one of his little stores or whatever like that, or he has a brand new church robe he's wearing on the first Sunday, because typically on the first Sunday, that's where they perform a communion at. And you want to sit there and use the Lord and use the Bible as a prop for your own hustle. Yeah, you could be crying, all right. You see, in that thumbnail, you was crying tears of joy when you scored that deal. But you about to be crying another. You about to be crying after you get that dick in your ass, motherfucker. Exactly. Don't drop the soap. keep your head up and your ass down, about. That goddamn collect call you got going. Hey, man. You ain't shit, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. You ain't shit. I feel absolutely nothing for you. Nothing. You would think 5 years in Sing Sing would have been a lesson learned, but no, evidently you ain't learned your damn lesson. You ain't learned your lesson. Hey, I gotta. Hey, I gotta. Hey, we playing this song. Hey, we playing this song real quick. DJ, spin that shit. You about to have a sexual chocolate bar hair recovery pro too. I hope you got a butt plug or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I hope you got one of them tailor-made Louis Vuitton butt plugs, right? Because you're going to need it. You're going to need it. Oh man. Mm-mm-mm. Woo! Mm-mm-mm. You guys, I can't do it. I can't do it. Mm-mm-mm. Oh. You guys let me know what you guys let me know what y'all think, man. If you don't subscribe to this channel, what's up, Richard Brooks? Salute to you, bro. If you ain't not subscribed to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Last but definitely not least, shouts out to the LEDs. This your man. Oh shit. I'm getting the headache. Boy. This your man. Scream at me.